Good morning. Today is Wildcard Wednesday on the Lather games. So we've got some odd things going on. Instead of my usual double-edge shave or adventurous single edge, we're going with another kind of single edge. I'm going to do a straight razor shave today. This is a Klas Tornblom. It's a new old stock. Rock Trader found several of these and they had never been used, so he honed them up and sold them to people, and I went ahead and grabbed one, and I've been glad I did. It's got a little bit of a smile to it, slight curve to the edge, and it has shaved very well for me. I think maybe I've just used it about 5 times, so not a lot. I am not an experienced straight razor shaver, so don't take anything I say regarding straight shaving as authoritative unless I say that I've read it or heard from an authoritative person. I did strop it prior to the shave 60 times, and at one time on the strop is up and back, so technically 120 strokes on the leather. Today's shaving brush is a little bit of an oddball. This is a ZenShave brush from what I've been told. I got it years ago as part of a lot. It's a 3-band Badger, and it feels pretty good. From what I remember, it may have been last Lather game since I used this. It's just got an odd handle. It's interesting. I can't quite find myself able to get rid of it. The soap today is a cream, Coate's cream. This one's Sandalwood. There's a website for this, and it is it's an old type site where everything is centered and in weird colors and like GeoCities or something like that, you know. But they're selling it for just a couple of bucks per tube. They stumbled upon a big supply of the different scents, and they're selling it, and they're not marking it up, even though it's long discontinued. They are just selling it at normal price, and they'll keep selling it until it goes out. I bought several tubes, and I haven't managed to use any of this sandalwood yet, because what happened was I bought a lot of shaving items. In fact, this ZenShave brush may have actually been in that lot. And the rose was what was in the lot. And I tried it, really enjoyed it. I thought, that's pretty cool. Let's see what else they have. Found out they have about 5 different fragrances still available. Somebody hooked me up to that website where they were selling it. It's one of those things where there's not even a shopping cart. You basically email the person, I think, and then they get back with you and stuff. So if you feel like trying a vintage discontinued shaving cream, then feel free. Quintero lather bowl. Let's squeeze out about a almond sized amount, a little bit more maybe than a half teaspoon. Smells nice, and these caps are getting so old that they're kind of a thin plastic, so don't over tighten, just in case you have one. But here we go. Let's see how that does. Get my face wet, and then we'll start working the lather. A little bit more than a day's growth on today. My usual hard water, and it is tepid / cool. Just shaking out most of the water. Pretty good sandalwood scent. We'll see if I need to be bringing out this tube more often. Whips up pretty quickly. Put 1 teaspoon in. Another teaspoon. So Wildcard Wednesday, just pick, the goal is to pick whatever you want. But if you want the point for that day in the lather games, it has to be a soap that nobody else uses that day. So we'll see if we have any duplicates. It's not strong. I am picking up something coming up from the tub. The lather looks creamy and nice. Handle getting slippery as I get soap on it. Let's check out the lather. Slippery. It's not a fatty kind of slippery. Let's use that. A little bit of cushion. Looks like I have plenty of lather to do the job. All right. That didn't take too long, just 2 teaspoons. Get my face wet. Problem with this brush is this ridge right here. That's really where I grab and hold on to it, so it's not that comfortable. This knot, I believe, is pretty nice. Probably a silver tip. Do a little bit more scrubbing. I want this soap to spend more time softening up the hairs and stuff. I like the brush a lot. The knot itself is very it's soft. It's got a little bit of backbone to keep those soft tips on your face. There's a little bit of perfuminess to this particular sandalwood. Oh, I forgot I'm straight razor shaving. I'm going to mix, put a little bit more water in with this lather. Put some more on this brush. Usually straights require a thinner lather that is just really hydrated. You don't want dryness. Gotta have that protection. Slickness. And again, that's something I've heard many straight razors, shavers, I should say. So that's not wisdom from me. All right, now I will be rinsing the blade after each stroke. Some people prefer to just keep it dry and put it on a towel and wipe it off. I don't know which one's better. I'm also going with the concept of one side of the face with one hand, and then when you switch other sides of the face, you switch hands. Some people find that awkward unless you're ambidextrous, and that's reasonable. But I think you get used to it, and I think it might give me better shades down the road based on my research. I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna start off on the right side. And then you do have to do some skin pulling, and with the way my glasses move, sometimes this is a little hard to see. Some people say that with the skin pulling, if you're holding on to an area that's kind of slippery because of the soap, then you can use alum on your fingertips. If you're a new straight razor shaver, then one potentially good way to handle everything is to just do your cheeks. That's the easiest part to do. And then use a DE to do your neck. This is being a little tuggy on the other side of my face. I'm new, so I've got a long way to go. One thing DE shaving will teach you how to do is that will help you in straight shaving. At least it can, is to help you make good lather, because you do need a good lather for straights. Now, what did I do? I did a downward stroke like that with this hand, so I'll switch and little tuggy. With straights, you generally should strop them before each use. I've been told about 60 times, or 40 or 60 or something like that, and so that's what I do. But then eventually on daily shaves, maybe 6 months of daily shaves would probably put you at a place where the stropping no longer keeps it sharp, and so you would then send it off to somebody to be honed, refresh that edge, or you can buy the supplies yourself to refresh your own edge. I think maybe like a 12,000 grit stone, something like that. You can choose to do it in a couple different ways. Now here's a trouble area. I've got folds in my neck, and so I don't really want to put the razor edge parallel to those folds. And then this applies to DE shaving as well. So I'm going to try to tilt it a little bit so it's not quite the same. I don't have smooth action right here. So I'm trying to tread carefully. Probably not the best approach, but Make sure that's even an area where I need to shave. There we go. All right. I am kind of drying the blade a little bit with my hand towel. All right, carefully fold it and put it away. You definitely don't want to drop that in the sink. And rinse. Well, I'll tell you, my technique on my left side over here was a lot better than my technique on my right. Got a much closer shave. But it's all right, we're learning and we're doing it in 3 passes. So there will be more opportunity. I forgot to stick a little water. A little more water and then lather. Let's do that. I really should have picked another soap for today, just in case this guy turned out not to be too protective. He seems to be doing okay though. I almost picked the Club Hemingway because I just love that scent. It's not too common. I don't think anybody's going to use it. But I decided to use this one for some reason. Well, because it's rare. Not too many people have it. The scent is very light. It is woody, and it's kind of sandalwoody. It's had some perfume or something added to it. I can't decide whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. All right. I got to turn so I can see where my sideburn ends right there. Much easier, more comfortable on the second pass, that's for sure. I've read that you really need to focus and worry about not getting water in the joint, because that'll cause many of these straights are just carbon steel to maintain a really nice sharpness, and so you have to protect them pretty vigilantly against rust. So the shavettes, kind of like straight razors, but you replace the blade when it gets dull. Sometimes with special longer blades, sometimes with DE blades that you break in half. It just depends on the configuration. Some people think of them as a entryway into straight razor shaving, and they're not. It's just a different type of single edge shaving. Yeah, that's much nicer than the first pass. So I'm just following somebody's advice that said just be slow and methodical. Your muscle memory will come into play after you've done it for a nice long while. Let's see. Yeah, I need to work on this. You know, what strategies I'm going to use to get this area here reliably. I don't feel good about. I think I'm happy with that. And rinse. All right, third pass. Yeah, sandalwood. It's just kind of weak, weakly scented. But it seems to be performing well enough. My left side is still much smoother than my right. The cream here actually rinsed really smoothly. A nice, smooth, luxurious feel when I rinsed off the left side of my face. Still was feeling stubble on my right. I like this silver tip knot. It's just, it's not the softest in the world, but you know, like these new finest badgers that have treated tips. But here's the thing, when you, apparently I just found out the other day, when you treat the tips, like with bleach or whatever people are using, it does make them softer, but it decreases their lifespan. I need to find out more about that. Somebody online mentioned like 5 years instead of 10. And I don't want to spend a good chunk of money on a finest badger brush or a 2-band like from Declaration if it's gonna not work in 5 years. So I'm gonna have to research that. All right, I feel a little tender spot down here. That's a pretty standard place for me, even when DE shaving. All right, so let us see if we can, yeah, it's very smooth right now. Nice, easy shave, so. It doesn't feel like this area, this soap is giving me a lot of residual slickness like so many of the other soaps do. Where you can kind of go over an area multiple times. Yeah, it looks like I got a mole right there. Looks like maybe I opened it up a little bit. Switch hands. So the Shavettes, I was talking about those. They have their own issues, and so if you think, hey, I'm going to try a Shavette to see if I would like straight razor shaving, the problem is some of those issues that they have don't apply to straights, and so you could say, oh, this is scratchy, or this doesn't feel right at all, and that's because it's a thin blade from a DE, and it's not a more fixed blade like this. So a person like that may find they actually like straight razor shaving more than Shavette shaving. All right. It's interesting how you can definitely feel your skin smoothing out. You can feel the razor moving along it much easier when you're on the third pass. I think I need to do a touch up in the neck area right there. Okay, just a little quick half rinse. Well, for my hands, according to my hands, my face feels pretty good. Nice and smooth in a lot of places, so that is cool. I am a beginner straight shaver, so I'll take it. let's see which, my hair growth goes this way. So I may try to tilt, when I do this section, I may try to tilt my blade a little bit more to get more of a cross grain type attack. There we go. Let's rinse. Well, I'm definitely not getting as close of a shave in my trouble spot as I do when I use a double edge. Kind of to be expected. It took me a while to get the double edge strategy right to attack that area. And I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to try to chase a really close shave right there at this point. If I was going to work in an office right now, I would probably just finish that up with a DE. But I'm really happy with my shave in general. So there we go. Clocked up another one. And so here's hoping that nobody else uses Coate's Cream Sandalwood today, so I can get my point for the Lather games. All right, well, and it did okay. It wasn't an excellent sandalwood scent. It wasn't strong. I'd say maybe 3 to 4 out of 10 when shaving, when in use. You can get an okay whiff of it when you put your nose in the bowl, but you know, that's the way it is. I used 3 teaspoons of water for that amount. The size of maybe a large almond. That's what I used. And how much do I have left? Probably 2 passes, something like that. Maybe 3. That's not bad. So it seems to be pretty economical. And the lather's pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Definitely, if I was stuck on a desert island and all I had was this, I would enjoy my shaves. Let's put it that way. There are just better ones out there. So let's decide whether I'm going to keep the 6 tubes that I bought of this stuff, because I mean it was going discontinued, so I thought, hey, let me grab some, because the rose scent was pretty rosy and a pretty decent strength, but I guess the sandalwood just doesn't age as well, perhaps. All right, well, Soap Commander Integrity Balm with no menthol is the post shave for today, and I chose that specifically because I knew I would be straight razor shaving, and I wanted some healing goodness. I like Soap Commander stuff a lot and their balms, but almost all of them have menthol, which is popular, which a lot of people like. It's just not me. So this is the only one. I can't take advantage of any of their cool scents because I don't want the menthol. But oh well, there's lots of other balms and stuff out there. I put a little water on my face and it helps to spread the cream around. All right, well there we go. I enjoy this brush. I have a little bit of irritation still on my face, but I mean, come on. Entry-level straight razor shaver. Yeah, I can feel that red patch right there. Straight razor shaver, that's kind of to be expected. A newbie like me. And this little ZenShave brush did well. I think it's got a cool wood pattern. If this ridge were if this was more of a bump than a ridge, I would probably really enjoy using this on a pretty regular basis because I like the knot. Nice, soft silver tip knot with just enough backbone to make everything work well. All right. I hope there was something here for you, something that you enjoyed watching me, especially on my straight razor journey. Might be entertaining. Who knows? All right. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Hope you have a good day. Take care.